guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here. Stringbuzz.org being the music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's Asleep on the Floor by the Lumineers. Now, the Lumineers have been a group I've never really closely followed. I've never been a huge fan of their music, but I've never really disliked any of their music either. I've always thought that the fans seem like really musically driven people, and I think the whole folk pop thing, though it's sort of gone above my head, I at least like how musicality and dry instrumentation has been brought back into the charts by these sort of groups, and I think the Lumineers have sort of spearheaded that movement alongside Mumford & Sons. But I have always thought I preferred Lumineers to Mumford & Sons just because they're a bit more folky than poppy. However, their newer album, I know a lot of people loved it and a lot of people thought it was okay, but I didn't really take to it all too much. I didn't hate it, I didn't dislike it, like I've already said, but I just didn't think much of it. It wasn't really that memorable in my personal opinion, and I think it's more fan service at this point rather than actually appealing to casual consumers like myself. And when it comes to this track, I sort of feel the same way again. I found it a little bit bland, a little bit dull, and a little bit safe, but I can see why fans will really enjoy it because it does sort of they haven't changed much here. They haven't varied much around from what their their prior efforts, and instead they've gone for a more sort of fan service sort of approach, which I can't be mad at really. I think production wise the track is pretty good. I think the guitars sound raw and organic. I think the vocals sound just as good as ever, and the drums sound okay. You know, I like the kick. The kick seems fairly bassy and deep, which I much prefer that type of mix for a kit, and I think the snare cut through the mix pretty well. When it comes to musicality, though I like the vocal melodies and I like the chorus and I like the instrumental progressions, I did find it very dull and static the longer it went on. I mean, this track is around 4 minutes 30-ish long, maybe just a bit under, maybe 4 minutes 20, and nothing changes. It's verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and that's nursery rhyme form. I've mentioned this in my last few reviews that the reason why people seem to be cutting out bridges now, it just doesn't make sense to me. This nursery rhyme form of just repeating the chorus and verses over and over again rather than actually going into somewhere different is really annoying. I think this track could have done with something to break down things in the bridge, maybe either quieten things down and change the progressions, or even just add a guitar solo or an instrumental section, just something to just change things up a little bit. This one just stayed a bit too static, and it just sort of dragged on really. Nothing really changed, and nothing really excited me all too much. Like I said, I did enjoy the vocal melodies. I did think the lyrics in this song are really good fun. Especially when you watch the music video, I think the pairing's quite good. I think they've done a great job of telling a story. I love stories being told in music, especially when it comes to folk music. That's the way it should be. And I felt it was very personal and sincere, so I enjoyed that side of things. But all in all, I found the song just okay. I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about, but it certainly wasn't bad either. So I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. It's sort of middle of the line. Definitely one of the better pop tracks this week, which is kind of saying something. But definitely, if you're a folk fan, I'd steer clear of this one. It's definitely leaning more on the pop side, I think, this time around. So if you like this review, leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.